It's your boy Wits Capone, back with another video. You get me? And today I'm going to be talking about the African players I grew up watching, innit? You get me? First off, the first player I'm going to mention is man like Asamoah Gyan, innit? A lot of people just remember his time from like Sunderland and Rennes and all of that. But he also played for like Udinese as well in Italy. You get me? So my journey with Asamoah Gyan started like really early. You get me? And I remember first time I started watching Asamoah Gyan like properly was in the 2006 World Cup. You get me? That World Cup there, he done really well. I even remember the game when I first started watching him. So I remember the first game, the very first Asamoah Gyan game that I watched of him was in the 2006 World Cup when I think we beat Czech Republic. That was the game that put me onto like Asamoah Gyan, innit? You get me? And like the rest is history. Obviously, what he done in the 2010 World Cup took Ghana to the quarterfinals, and obviously we can't forget the penalty miss as well. But you get me? At the time, I was fuming. Like, I couldn't believe it. Like, with a penalty, you don't hit it with your laces. You place it in either corner. Do you know what I mean? But at the end of the day, it's football. It happens, innit? Do you know what I mean? So, yeah, man. That's how my journey with Asamoah Gyan began. Next, as well, that I'm going to mention is another player that I grew up on. Is man like Michael Essien, innit? A lot of people are gonna say, oh yeah, how he was pivotal to Chelsea, which he was. Solid in the midfield for Chelsea. But at the same time, he was also a very pivotal player for Lyon. This was before he went to Chelsea. And these times, Lyon were a very serious team. They had man like Sidney Govou, Juninho, obviously Essien himself, Karim Benzema. Like, the team was just stacked with ballers, innit? You get me? So, yeah, man, literally, that's how I knew about Essien, through his, like, Lyon days. Obviously, later on his Chelsea days, but more so his Lyon days, too. You get me? So, yeah, man, big up Essien. You get me? Next person, man like Steven Appiah. You get me? Obviously, he used to play for Juventus, innit? You get me? He used to play in Juventus with man like Nedved and all these other world-class ballers. He even played with he even played with man like David Trezeguet and that. You get me? These ain't no small boy ballers, you know. You get me? So yeah, man. And even internationally, he was a footballer that internationally he performed as well. Because there's certain players, they can perform for their club, but they can't perform for their national team, and vice versa, if you get what I'm trying to say. But yeah, man. And later on, he went on to play for Fenerbahce as well, with man like Alex. You get me? And who else was a teammate? Thing was his teammate as well, man like Rushtu. If you know that Turkish goalkeeper that had them two lines over there moving like he's Nelly and that. That keeper was very, very, very good. You get me? And Fenerbahce as a whole them times had a proper team. You get me? So, yeah, man, that was kind of like my journeys with Steven Appiah when he started playing for like Juve and that. You get me? Next person is man like Sulley Muntari. You get me? Sulley Muntari, I watched him playing in the Premier League for Portsmouth. And Portsmouth, them times, they had a lot of Africans in their team as well. So that's one of the reasons why I used to watch Muntari. Plus he's Ghanaian, so I would watch him for the national team as well. With Muntari, one of his good attributes was him striking the ball from distance. He was very good at striking the ball from distance. Do you know what I mean? So, yeah, man, big up Muntari. He also went on to play for AC Milan as well. I think his teammate, the teammates he was playing with when he was at AC Milan was man like Honda. That was like one of the golden boys of Japan. Him and Shinjuki Nakamura, Celtic legend and that. You get me? So yeah, man, big up Sulley Ali Muntari, one of Ghana's greats, and yes, I'm gonna put him in that sort of mode because he's one of the players that made AFCON like great to watch, if that makes sense. So yeah, man, big up yourself, Sulley Muntari. This one here, yeah, this guy's been like 28 for 15 years, bruv. Man like Obafemi Martins, fam. See this guy, yeah? My journey with this guy started from early. So he used to play for, he played for teams like Inter Milan, Newcastle, Birmingham City. Like, even he played in America for that team in MLS, Sounders, I think they're called.